It is a trip of the year that everyone's talking about. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 7:30. I'm Megan Schiller. The rover is looking for clues that will help answer a question that has intrigued humans for millennia. Is there life beyond Earth? A Pitt researcher is helping in this discovery. And joining me now live over Zoom to talk all about it is Dr. Sandy Asher. Doctor, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Can you explain how you're involved in this red planet research?
Yes, it's a very long story with lots of weird turns, but it has to do with the fact that we were developing methodologies using lasers to investigate nature. And the way we approached it was to use lasers to excite materials, to look at those materials and the excited light that interacts with them, and to analyze those colors in order to understand what matter is there.
Wow.
What minerals are there, what molecules are there, what atoms are there. And when we look at how they're assembled, then we can tell something about them. For example, are these materials associated with life? Are these materials reproducing the organisms? Or is there no evidence of life? This is one of the fundamental questions of the universe.
I guess a lot of people would think, how can you tell based off of a rock or based off of a mineral if there's life nearby?
Well, it depends on how those minerals were formed, what atoms were used. Easy to do that because we know what life looks like. On Mars, we don't know what life looks like. It evolved completely differently. We have our best guesses from having studied Earth, but we're going to look harder on Mars because of a different story.
So how does it work? It's attached to the rover and it shines this tiny dot of light out at a target?
Yes, it's attached to the rover. It is one of the arms of the rover. The laser is shined from that Sherlock laser onto a rock, or we pick up the rock and shine it on the captured rock. We then look at the beam of light coming back, and we've done a lot of research in that area, especially my group, in order to understand the correlation of the light we see and the matter that's there.
How much longer until the beams of light come back for you to do your analyzing?
It's very short if you're right next to the sample. If you're on Mars, it's like 8 minutes to talk to the Earth because it takes that long for the light to travel that distance. And so it depends very much also on the nature of the material.
Have you learned anything yet that you can tell us about?
Well, we've learned decades and centuries of science. Right now, we just put the rover onto the surface of Mars, and it is now being awakened in order to go to the appropriate spots where we hope there will be evidence of life.
Well, Dr. Sandy,
landed in a certain place.
Well, I think this is fascinating. I think that so many people will find it cool. I hope that you discover a lot of great things, and you'll have to let us know, okay?
We'll be happy to.
Thank you very much.
It looks very bright.
Yes.
Thank you.